Here are 6 things toxic people often say. You're just being dramatic. Here's the toxic person is coaxing someone into believing they are the ones at fault for the current predicament. The damage to self-esteem isn't necessarily in being labeled a drama queen, although it could be perceived as such, but the behind-the-scenes manipulation that's taking place. The chances are that toxic one has done something to hurt the other intentionally, and with seemingly little regret, such statements may send a person reeling, especially someone who's in a delicate state. You don't know what you're talking about. Nobody likes to be told what they have to say is invalid. Phrases like, you don't know what you're talking about, gives off a vibe of intellectual superiority that most of us find reprehensible. These words can be hurtful and embarrassing. More than likely, the toxic person saying these words is trying to slither their way out of some kind of trouble. And as this example shows, they're shameless in how they go about doing so. It's all your fault. Well, it's probably not your fault at all, whatever it is, but just for the sake of playing devil's advocate, let's just say, on this occasion that it happens to be your fault. What does this mean? Put simply, in the view of someone toxic, any kind of affront is fair game to use as ammunition. Maybe you did the thing at the time at the place, and now they use your often innocent mistake as a means of justifying their often far worse behavior. In the end, this manipulation rings hollow, but not before someone usually gets hurt. You're just being insecure. The blame game continued. An honorable person doesn't feed off of someone's fear and anxiety. But then again, toxic person isn't exactly honorable. Besides demonstrating a clear breach of respect, there is plenty of irony to be found in these 4 words. They'll never admit it, but they are the insecure ones. In short, they're projecting, and they may not know any other means of expressing their perceived inadequacies. These doesn't excuse the outright disregard for someone else's self-esteem, however. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who, These words are meant to be used as a threat or an ultimatum. Either way, a real friend or partner doesn't say such nonsense. Most certainly, a real friend or partner doesn't utter these words with no genuine sincerity. Nonetheless, that is exactly what is happening. The toxic person doesn't care about your behavior. They care about getting something out of you. Once again, they're projecting their own shortcomings onto you. It goes without saying that no one should subject themselves to this type of treatment. You are. Enter insulting word here. It becomes as no surprise that toxic people tend to have narcissistic streak. When passive aggressiveness or other manipulative techniques fail, they will sometimes turn to old-fashioned verbal abuse. Usually, this occurs out of sense of desperation, and the ugliness that is their natural disposition fully reveals itself. You're stupid, you're worthless, and you are a loser. These are 3 choice phrases of toxic people. If you should ever find yourself on the receiving end of these hurtful words, you can take solace in knowing that it has nothing to do with you. As mentioned earlier, the toxic person is using you as a sounding board for what's going on inside their head. Ignore them, walk away, repeat, do these 3 things enough, and you'll almost certainly be rid of them.